Hey folks, this is the Rock and Roll King, Robert R. McFarland, talking to you here with episode 12. It's October 29th, 2016. It's been almost 2 months since I did my last episode of how the rock and roll CD came to be. Now, in between that time, we've only had a few sessions, so I didn't want to do too many videos with each session. I wanted to combine one to give you a kind of a gist of all of what's happened so far. So where we left off, I think Marty Hayes had came in and did some solos. Well, we had a slide guitar player that Joe recommended called Steve Theado from the Rat Bastard Syndicate. Awesome slide player. I'd seen him live and said, hey Steve, we'd like to maybe have you come in, do some slide work on my CD. Joe's going to be talking to you. So he came in, he did My Midnight with slide and a slide solo, and then he did Peter Pan Peanut Butter Jam slide solo, and Born to Rock. He just put some slide in the background. Sounds really killer. So he did slide on 3 songs. In between that time, I've been in a couple times working with Joe. We had a great session with a song called Been Gone Too Long. Actually, it was 2 sessions. We went back and forth. I came in with a wah-wah, and Joe had mentioned from the beginning, hey, this song sounds like it needs a wah-wah on it. Well, I forgot to bring a wah-wah, then he had a wah-wah that didn't work, so this session we had a wah-wah. It was a Jerry Cantrell Jim Dunlop wall, and he put it on there, and there's I think like an E7 sharp 9 chord that we hit. He goes, put the wall on that slide. So I did the wall on that slide, and then that was the main thing we was going to do on the wall. It sounds really killer. Then I said, hey, let's keep rolling. So I was actually able to do some strumming like that with the wah in there. Sounds really killer. Then I put a couple licks in there, and they go really great with Derek's lead guitar. So the following session I came in, and we wanted to do some changes on the chorus of Been Gone Too Long. Originally, I just talked into a microphone and said I've been gone too long in the background, but Joe recommended, which makes sense now that after we did it, just say Been Gone Too Long, because that's the name of the song. Then also it's just 2 words for each part. But he had me sing into a Green Bullet microphone. For those not aware, that's one of the main, or the only microphone that harmonica players play. It's called a Green Bullet. Looks like an old style metal grill microphone with a green end on it, so they call it the Green Bullet. And that came out really killer. So we did that. And then this last week we had Dani Harness, and we talked about her a couple episodes ago back, I think. We had a session booked for her. Her card broke down. She wasn't able to come in. So a couple weeks later, we had another session booked for her. So she came in, and then we actually had her do, let me see, what songs did she do? Drive Me Crazy, God's Love Is Collar, Rose, and Night Sky Wish. She did background vocals. Killer. 3 of those songs, Renee sung lead vocals. 1 song Brad sung lead vocals on. Then she did the background vocals. Dani did. Then she came in another session to do Call Me Change, which was just done last night, which was on the 28th. She did that. I wasn't even there for that session. Her and Joe pretty much did that and knocked it out of the park. It's killer. So the background vocals are all done. Joe's just going to do a couple here and there when he goes to mixes, and he'll know what to do on that. So that's all done. I just got to go back in and just do a few acoustic piece. I got to do a banjo, mandolin, and guitar solo for My Dog's Name Is Rusty, and a solo for Pete's song. Then all the recording will be done. So again, we got all the other songs ready to mix and master. It's going to be a scheduling time with Joe when he can get that done. I'm going to start working on the CD artwork this week and get that in the works. Now that I got everybody's name that I can put on the CD, I didn't want to go ahead and leave anybody off. So everybody's on there now. So I'll be doing that this week. Again, it's going to take us in November 1st. Hopefully, Joe can get everything mixed and mastered by the end of this month. Maybe a December release. Again, I don't want to promise anything. I thought originally I was shooting for a July, maybe August release. But again, with people's schedules and getting deeper and seeing how good it's coming out, wanting to make sure we get the right people. For me, I'm content to wait a little longer. I know a lot of people has been asking, hey, when's it coming out? And believe me, you are as excited as I am, and I promise you, as I've always have, it's going to be worth the wait. So I don't want to make any dates. I'm going to shoot for December, hopefully get it out before the first year, but if not, it'll be right around the first of the year. We'll have it out, hopefully, for sure. Again, the only thing is that's mix and master, just be with Joe's schedule. But that's episode 12, folks. Again, I couldn't be more happier. Again, like I've always said, I'm probably the least talented person on this CD. And I wanted to say about Dani Harness, we laughed the whole session. There's pictures on Facebook of the session where we just had a great time. And she, as everyone else, would say, hey, can I do it better? I can do it better. Let me try it one more time. And we're like, hey, if you can do it better, I mean, knock yourself out, because that was a take right there. And she would go back in and do it better. And I had a chance to talk with her after the session. I was like, I'm so humbled and thankful, because you could have just blowed it off, did one take, and just been done with it. And she goes, I want to do my best. It's going to be out there forever. The songs are really great, and I wanted to make sure I did my part to make them sound even better. And Joe said from the beginning, when we just had the basic track, me, Mikey, and Sammy with the drums, he said every session that song is going to keep going like this. And folks, it's up here, dude. I mean, I am not joking, because it's my, project. I thought my songs was really good, but the way that everybody's came about, I'm telling you, the songs are up here. I mean, they're out of sight. Mike Mapes, my bass player, my buddy, my soul brother in music, has been almost every session. And I kept telling him, I was like, Mikey, don't feel you're obligated to come to these sessions. He goes, Robert, I just love to be there to see what's happening next. He goes, I just can't believe how the songs have built up. And he goes, I just think this CD is really special. And I'm just so glad to be a part of it, playing bass, but also as we're mixing and mastering and recording, I just love to be there. And that's a true testament of how good the project really is. Me and Joe's there almost every session. Joe's been there every session, because he's doing the recording. And I've only missed Dani and Steve Theado's sessions, I think. I've been there everywhere else. But it's a testament, of how good the CD's coming out. And to see Mike's face, because he's been around music all his life, he's listened to all the greats, and to see his face light up when Dani Harness came in there and was singing harmonies behind Renee, I know Mikey said, oh my gosh, I can't believe how those two sound so good together. You almost can't tell who is who. And folks, I'm telling you what, it's awesome. And I just can't wait to get it out for you. But we're coming for your ears, as promised. It's a little later than I thought, but it's going to be worth the wait. I promise you that too. But until next time, there's going to be an episode 13, maybe 14 or so, to wrap everything up. But this is the Rock and Roll King, Robert R. McFarland, telling you that music's the soundtrack of life. Have some every day. And just remember, it's all for one for all, and all for rock and roll. And rock and roll is coming for you soon. Stay tuned.